On today's video, I would like to discuss once again Binance coin. I just wanted to give you once again an update about the current price action and how it's actually looking at right now. So yesterday we were talking on the Binance compared to Bitcoin chart about this orange thin line that you could clearly see at this point in time. You can see that we were actually not finding any type of support on top of previous resistance, and this is something I think is a little bit concerning. We did not see any type of hesitation once we broke through this level. We did not see something similar to what we have seen on the 0.382 Fibonacci level, a minor accumulation or a minor zone of support before heading further back down. So you can clearly see that was as well in the past a level of resistance previously, and if you take a look before, it was a major level of support in the past, but the level we were heading towards earlier was a level that clearly did not stand any chances and was broken through. So where are we heading at right now? So what I discussed yesterday, I think it would be an ideal scenario if we would be able to find support on top of this downward sloping support line, due to the fact that this descending support was previously a descending resistance line. You could clearly see that in the past it served as a major level of resistance, and if we would be able to find support on top of this level, I think this uptrend would still be in place. We won't see any minor decline even further. I just think that it's a minor decline right now. And of course, if we take a look at percentage wise how much we have dropped since the highest point in the chart of the previous months, we have dropped only 18%, and this is something I think very regular in cryptocurrencies. For sure, you can say we will be heading towards the retest, so perhaps we might see a 20% drop or a 22% drop if we see a retest for a major period of time, if we just stay on top of this descending support before heading further. But of course, we have to take a look as well at the major indicators, and what I am telling you is that the MACD does not look good on the 4-hourly time frame. You can clearly see that we are not heading anytime soon towards a crossover. Perhaps it might occur later today if we find enough strength and if we see enough buy pressure on the Binance chart. But of course, right now we are not seeing a crossover occur anytime soon. And if we take a look at the daily time frame, it's exactly the same. Actually, over there the crossover is even further in the future, due to the fact that the downward momentum has not started with a decrease on the daily time frame. You can clearly see that when this pink appears on the MACD, this point in time is when the downward momentum starts to decrease. Of course, right now we are not seeing any type of decrease on the momentum towards the downside, so my personal opinion is that we will still see this decline continue. Of course, I'm not saying we are in a bear market right now, but what I'm saying is that we have not reached the bottom yet, and that we might perhaps see even further decline towards the downside. What I would like to see is actually a decline heading right now sideways towards the downside, finding support on top of this descending support line. But of course, if we head back down below this descending support, come straight back up, find support on top of it again, and head even further in the future, that is as well a possibility. But I would like or prefer to see actually this scenario, finding support on top of this descending support line all the way towards the 0.236 Fibonacci level and head back up. For sure, the MACD is not showing us a reversal anytime soon. If we take a look at the RSI on the Bitcoin chart, what we are clearly seeing over here is that we head all the way towards the oversold area. We are right now a little bit overextended, and this perhaps might actually show us that we are right now seeing a minor reversal occur, and that we might be able to find support on top of this descending support line. We have not only broken out below the dotted line on the RSI, but as well what you can clearly see is that at this point in time on the chart we created a higher low than the previous low that you can clearly see at this point in time on the 8th of August. But clearly on the RSI we are spotting a lower low getting created. Of course, this is a bullish divergence on the Binance strength compared to Bitcoin, and this is very promising to me. I think this will have a major impact, and that we might perhaps be able to see an increase once we see a touch or a support being found on top of this descending support line. Of course, right now we are actually already right on top of this support line. You can clearly see that the wick of this 4-hourly candle got supported at that level, so perhaps we might not see a clear retest of this area and might start increasing in price, finding support on top of the 0.382 Fibonacci. But of course, that's just a matter of time. I think right now, due to the fact that we spotted that bullish divergence on the RSI, we might perhaps be able to find support, but I don't think an increase in price will be very likely. This only will occur when an increase will start on the Bitcoin price action, and I think if this does occur, we will be able to see a very healthy rebounds heading towards the 0.382 and even further towards the upside. But how it currently looks like to me is actually rather pessimistic, and I think it's very likely that we will head towards the 0.236 instead of towards the upside before seeing a major trend reversal occur. So this being said, I would like to head towards the Binance compared to USD chart, but before doing so, I would like to show you my Twitter page. And what I would like to ask you is, if you are not following me on Twitter yet, please do not forget to follow me on Twitter at Thorough Crypto. It will be highly appreciated, and you will be supporting the channel by doing so. So thank you very much already. And if we go back towards the Binance compared to USD chart, you can clearly see that the target level of yesterday's video at 0.382 Fibonacci at $417 did not hold strong. Unfortunately, we have seen a major decrease, and what I think is even more concerning is that we broke below this ascending support line previously. Right now, of course, it's an ascending resistance, and I think this will have a major impact in the future once we see an increase in the price action once again. So right now we are right on top of the 0.5 Fibonacci level at approximately $385. I personally think this could be a possible level where we will be finding support on top, but what I would like to enable is the EMA ribbon. You can clearly see that the EMA ribbon is far above us, will serve as a major level of resistance, and I think perhaps we might not have to have enough strength to break out above the EMA ribbon on the very first try, so that we might find resistance by it for several days, perhaps even a week, before we will be heading even further towards the upside. This being said, I would like to enable the RSI as well on the 4-hourly time frame. We can clearly see on this chart we are not spotting any type of bullish or bearish divergences. If you ask me right now, the chart does look very good. The only thing that I do actually take into consideration is that we are quite overextended on the oversold area of the RSI, on the lower part of the purple area, and we perhaps might see the RSI once again re-enter the purple area and head towards the upside as well. This will have major impact in Binance price action for sure. Right now, it would be very healthy if we would see a support on top of the 0.5 level and head perhaps towards a retest of the 0.382 and stay in between these two levels, perhaps finding even resistance by the EMA ribbon for the very first time before heading further up towards the upside. So that is, I think, something very likely that will occur, that we will see eventually a breakout towards the upside above the EMA ribbon. But right now, I am currently waiting this out, and what I am actually doing is taken into consideration that we might fall even further towards the 0.618 Fibonacci level if we are not able to hold strong on top of the 0.5 Fibonacci level. So therefore, I would like to enable the MACD. And if you take a look at the MACD, fortunately, we are right now seeing that the major momentum towards the downside is starting to decrease, and that we perhaps might see a trend reversal occur during the next upcoming 24 to 38 hours. This would be, for me, something in particular very good, due to the fact that if Binance Coin is able to find support on top of the 0.5 level, we might perhaps head back up in a very fast pace and eventually see a breakout above this ascending resistance, and of course that major level of previous support. So right now, what is actually the conclusion about this video is that we are seeing major momentum towards the downside, but I personally think that that momentum will end in the next upcoming 2 days, and that we perhaps might be able to see a retest of the EMA ribbon as a level of resistance, as well a retest of the 0.382 as a level of resistance, of course, and perhaps not being able to actually break out above it, heading back down towards the 0.5 level of Fibonacci, and Afterwards, I will give you once again an update video about the current price action of Binance. What you have to take into consideration right now is that when there is fear, you have to buy cryptocurrencies. This is my strategy always, and right now I'm actually very pumped to actually see this decrease in price due to the fact that I'm right now trying to accumulate even more Binance, even more Bitcoin, and even more Ethereum, due to the fact that it's very cheap right now. And I think that it will be very likely that an increase in price will occur during the upcoming months, and that this is just a minor sale for cryptocurrencies, and that you have to take this opportunity. Of course, you have to do your own due diligence before, but that is my personal opinion. And if we see an even further decline towards the 0.618 Fibonacci level at $355, I for sure will be accumulating even more Binance. So thank you very much for watching this video, and have a nice day.
Yeah, I've been on Uniswap, now I'm out on one itch. Used to trade centralized, now we on the fun shit. I'm the new Warren B.